All right, man. I've hit the record button. Yo, what up? How's it going, man?
How's it going?
It's good. It's good. It's good. Mina 2 dot under Chaos. What's
Yep.
going on with this awesome Mina deck?
So I originally started this on Death. I've been playing the game for all of about 2 weeks, but I have a large Magic background. I played that for about 10 years.
Okay.
Two buddies at work decided they were going to play this. I jumped in, and this is the first card I decided to pick up. But I could not end games I felt on Death, and I liked the package for Chaos a little bit more.
Okay. Okay. To give you the full picture, this is one of the worst characters ever printed. So you do have your work cut out for you. Just so you know, I don't think this is a bad choice. But this
I like playing from the bottom.
I love it. I love it. That's what I like to hear, and that's a good mentality going into Mina 2 for sure. Because boy howdy, does she have to. So hit me with the pitch. What do you said you want you like the Chaos build. Have you played this deck at all, or is this just
So I played it a couple games while watching the stream today with Gil, who's actually the next up.
Hey.
So my first thought when I saw her was it's something that breaks the game, gets rid of the difficulty. So I wanted to go with something that broke the game. And so far, I've enjoyed it, and the Chaos build has definitely done a lot better in ending the game. Home Run Comet is a hell of a card.
Yeah.
But I mean, my block zones are a little screwy. So that's one of the big things that I need to work out, as well as just probably my foundations. The attack lineup I actually like, but I'm sure you can do some work. I know you kind of hate the Acid Corrosion Breach, and it being a 2-check kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you have to have this card when you're playing Mina 2. Like it's like
yeah, it's strong with her for sure.
It's a tax you have to pay for playing the character, which is like if her ultra rare was just like a little better, straight up. If this is a 4 diff, if it was a 4/2 3 low for 6, I think the character has legs competitively.
Yeah,
it being a 5 is rough, man. It's very, very rough.
It is.
We are going to do a little looking. Okay, so my question is, my follow-up, what do you need my help with? What are you looking for me to help you to do?
I think getting the block zones figured out a little bit, because my mids are definitely much higher than anything else.
Love it.
That's probably the biggest thing right now.
Okay. I can dig it.
I've also got some set 3 cards in the sideboard for right now. I hadn't upgraded the deck yet to set 3. Anything of those you want to throw at me? We only got, a week?
Do you want me to do set 3 stuff?
Yeah, I'm fine with set 3.
Okay. Rereading my character. Okay. I wonder if this character got anything in set 2 or set 3 that matters.
Nothing that I've seen real big, just kind of some foundations that helped out mainly.
Okay. And then let's click off of this and go look at set 3 stuff. All right.
And of course, one of my coworkers is playing Oswey, so I get to deal with the dumb bitch character.
What a callback. I love it. How do we give stats? Man. I just don't know how we kill people, man. I just want to kill people.
So far, it's deal some chip damage, get people down to 10 or 12, and then string out blocks until they have nothing, and Home Run Comet for the win has been my kill.
That is fair.
It's definitely a mid-range attrition game. Like you said, I definitely have my work cut out for me.
There's nothing in set 3 that just like flip this card after it resolves or whatever. Yeah. It's just like,
yeah, she got like no support.
They forgot about her. Poor Mina. They just forgot about her. Okay, so let's just talk about it, I guess. So ambush tactics. If your first attack this combat phase was blocked, it gets +1 damage. That's a way to help try and string out the rest of your turn. But like that only feels really good if we like acid chop to say that like the burn's gonna happen because I put the card in my card pool. The burn's gonna happen, or or acid fling. Right, acid fling also helps turn this card on because this card says if it deals damage, we flip it, and then after the flip, we then respond for the extra burn. And so this is a 4 damage move. Wink, wink. But it then says that we get +1 damage. We essentially get the burn on the rest of our moves as long as they connect or whatever.
Yep.
The next foundation that I have was just shock treatment, but it's a mid, so I guess we just don't need it. Besides that, I think you kind of nailed the foundation lineup. The thing about this character is you have to play 4 of this card, right? And this is not a great card, but you have to play 4 of it because of that bottom enhance, right? Yep. And you have to play 4 of this card because it's really good with what your character does.
To be honest, like it's not a great card, but my biggest weakness has been the creeping realization because I play a whole bunch of cards in my card pool, and that card says, "Oh, I ignore that you've taken 4 damage off of me."
This one, choosing hero name. Yeah, 100%. Yep. And then you have to play 4 Malday, which people don't play. Like you have to play 8 bad cards in order to make your character work. Which is just like, man, it's a tough sell, but it's what you have to live with because of the character, and it is 8 slots that I don't get to like really mess with. So let's keep looking at more attacks. Alleyway Ambush, she's one of the other characters that gets to play this card exceptionally well. You don't get to burn anything, but after you have 5 cards in your card pool, including face downs, now they're just on 5s. So not only do you ignore the face downs, you also ignore the regular attacks that you play too.
Okay.
So you go acid chop into anything else, right?
Yeah.
And then every alleyway ambush that you have, or every alleyway ambush that you pick up from Malday, are now just on 5s. And it's just a 4 high 5, 4 high 5, 4 high 5 to just try and string out. And then like at the you could like try and these also count for like home run comets. So like even if you have to play them on like 7s, right? They still count for home run comet because it's a high attack.
The only downside is it doesn't have the keywords for Mina or charge for double jab, but
you're right.
Yeah.
Electric Jolt. This is just an all-around good card. It doesn't have the keyword that you want for Mina, but it does have charge, and it selectively commits one of their resources. If you're saying you have an issue with things like onboard tricks, like creep realization, this card just says enhance commit. That's not a card anymore, right? Same thing with shock treatment. This is just a foundation version of what Electric Jolt's got going on. Crow and Frog. It is a ranged card that doesn't count towards progressive difficulty, and so you can start your turn. It's the exact opposite of Alleyway Ambush, right? This one says that the rest of my turn is easy. This one says if I play it late enough, it is easy. An option to play. An option.
Yeah, I definitely like it, and it's something I looked at. It being one of the more expensive cards for me to get a hold of, and this would be a cheap deck. But it's definitely something I'm looking at.
Before we move on to the set 3 stuff, have you tried more than 2 Acid Corrosion Breach? Have you tried it at 3?
I had it at 4 at one time, and I just kept hitting 2 checks, and it kept pissing me off.
Fair. Super fair.
Like it's a good card. I feel like I have to run some amount of them, but I just having 4 of them hurt.
I don't disagree with you. I think like the coolest thing you get to do, and I actually had this happen to me over the past weekend, is this card is an answer to Faith Shield.
True.
If you have 2 of these in your hand, right? You play the first one. you add the face down, you look at it, and you pick it up, and then they face shield you. You flip this one, and then you play your next Acid Corrosion Breach, and it's on a 5 because your character. Just add the face down, you pick up your first Acid Corrosion Breach, and you play it again. This happened to me as a Denki. Denki tried to do this to me, and it was it's petrifying. It was so incredibly scary. He got to then shove all those cards that he added face down into his momentum. Just like got to supercharge himself. But like he saw double Acid Corrosion Breach, and it canceled my face shield, which was unexpected. You get the luxury of getting to play the Corrosion Breach after the pummel, right? As long as you can make the combo happen.
Yeah, I'm not against going higher. The biggest problem is half of my foundations are 2s. So if my second card I play checks a 3, I flip this going first, and I'm like, all right, scoop my cards, let's go to the next game.
Yeah. I think I put this in the main board, and it's supposed to be in the sideboard. This was not in your deck. I added it all willy-nilly. Love Comet. Love Volts. I think Shock is interesting. Guarantees the hit. They discard a random card, draw a card. Do you think this card does enough?
No, so far it's been one of the cards that I've definitely considered cutting, because it gets me extra momentum, because I do spend a lot of momentum fairly regularly, but beyond that, it's just feeding into Comet, and it's another charged ranged.
So it's ranged, which is like a powerful keyword. Why not just like make it another Comet? Right? Like you could. Let me ask another very important question.
Yeah.
What's this number look like?
So, and I'm having to get over playing Magic. Magic was always you wanted the lowest count possible because it was the most consistent.
Correct.
I understand I need to play more cards because I get better cards, but Mina, there aren't good cards. So I'm not against playing higher, but I definitely like the consistency.
I love it. I think that's a totally fine answer. Why not? Like we could. So you're playing 25 attacks, which is a lot of attacks for a 50 or for a 60 card deck. It is a lot.
Yeah.
We could cut this down by. We could just get rid of this. I'll put it in the sideboard so it stays on the board, right?
Okay.
And just like increase. You knock it off. Increase Comet by 1. We've cut an attack to 24, and you said if this is the reason you kill people, why not just have more of the reason you kill people in your deck?
True.
It also generates a momentum, and you don't have to rely on your opponent not blocking your move, right?
That's very true.
It just does the thing. The only issue is this card doesn't get the burn, but ask yourself a really important question. How much burn are you doing in a turn anyways?
Depends upon their blocks. Anywhere from 3 to 5 usually.
3 to 5. We should play. Let's play, man. If you have a secret sauce to get 5 burn damage across the whole turn, I'm so impressed. I get 2, maybe 3 tops on a.
Usually, I'm getting 2 hits in, and it's once I've gotten a couple cards down in the pool. But yeah, I mean,
sure.
It's definitely, I wouldn't say consistent, but
yeah.
I mean, most games are only going 3 or 4 turns anyways, so.
Right. Yeah. I think that like just having more Comet is probably where we just need to be at. How consistent is the double jab pummel combo?
It's been very consistent, actually. Okay. I have to pay attention because if I acid chop and put something in my pool face down, I lose that combo. So I have to play it out correctly.
Right.
But it's definitely been pretty consistent.
Well, you can't chop into pummel anyways, even if you didn't respond with it, right?
But that's true.
Yeah. But I totally get what you're saying, right? These top 2 cards don't do anything, which is funny because it's the bread and butter of your deck. But like everything else except for Ice Storm should work. Yeah. Corrosion Breach is the one you're probably thinking of. Corrosion into
Corrosion Breach is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Let's talk about foundations. I think not playing 4 requesting assistance is probably a mistake, personally. I think being able to, it's a 0/5/2 mid. Questionably, the card should be banned because of how good the card is. I think there's no reason not to play it at the 4 of. If that means that we take out something else, we certainly can. But also, I took out an extra attack and I put in an extra foundation, and so we should be back to 59.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine.
Um,
and like I said, I'm not sold on being 59. I mean, we can go 60 or higher. I just trying to stay on that consistent area.
yeah, I think, I mean, for set 2, you kind of nailed your foundations, especially because you are tying your hands with 8 cards that you're not allowed to really budge, right? Like the big things that we have are Irrefutable, because this card is incredible, staple for the rest of its life. Shock Treatment for getting rid of choice things, and then randomly ambush tactics, but even then I don't think it's that great. Let's talk about set 3.
Okay.
This card's nuts. This card's very, very good.
That card is very nuts. As soon as set 3, it's going in.
Yeah. This card is fantastic. I love Chivalrous Competitor. I think that bottom response is such power creep, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Before one of your foundations will be destroyed or flipped due to your rival's non-character effect, flip this card instead. This card shuts off Evil Gaze. This card shuts off so much stuff at a flip. This card's so good.
Yeah, between it or Struggling Studies, like I keep my foundations the way I want them. If anyone wants to destroy or flip, I'm keeping them steady.
Yeah. Frozen Slash. This might be actually the way that you get to play the game. Actually, I think this might be the one piece that she gets. My only issue is I don't know if it is for chaos or if it's for water. Because under water, we have ways to actually trigger the speed and damage bonus. Under chaos, it's like choosing a hero name, but like no, that's bad. And then like, no, I think this is a water card. So maybe when set 3 comes out, you might look at switching to water, because this card actually says you get to kill people.
True.
Yeah, you like it. If you have a way to give +1/+1 and have Frozen Slash, you just chain the +2s across, and then don't feel like imagine. All right, I'll give this thing +1/+1, and my next one gets +2/+2, and then I'll acid chop. All right, it's a 6i for 6. It also burns the 1 on the 5 diff, right? I'll acid fling. Okay, my acid fling actually hit you because it got +2/+2. All right, I will flip this and then do the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like this card might just be the thing that you need to push on.
Yeah, that might actually push me into water.
Yeah. Basic training and easily excited. Broken. They're crazy. This is the way to give speed and damage to your Frozen Slash, but you do have to find them, right? After you play an attack, it gets +1 damage. After you play an attack, it gets +1 speed. And so like, and it also like, there's your spam, right? There's your Cyrodiffs that you just get to play.
Yeah.
This card's hilarious. I think it's bad in your character.
Yeah, I looked at it. The only problem was I'm losing all the face down that I'm working to get.
Yes, but depending on how little cash that gives you anyways, maybe the draw 2 might be what needs to get there, right? Might be what you need to get there.
Yeah.
The thing is you just get to play it super late in your chain, and like you get to play it like 4 attacks deep, right? And if you flipped any of them, it's a little easier to play, and like you then flip it and pull it. But it's probably just like, this is probably just a better. This card's probably just doing the job of this card, but better, right? And that's really all I got. I think this character is incredibly hard to doctor, because it feels like she's on life support until something happens. Like maybe in set 4, right? We get some character that shares 2 symbols that wants to work with this face down cards in your card pool mechanic, right?
Yep.
And it works, right? Or you actually, here's what the character needs. Do you have UVS Ultra open?
Yeah.
Go look at the card admission fees. I'll pull it up so chat can see. If she had literally this card printed, she's playable.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really good.
She's playable, right? She has this card on all 3 of her symbols. She is a playable character. E at the top card of your deck, your card will face down, colon, that's the cost, +2 or -2 speed. So either +2 speed or -2 speed, and I don't clog my card pool. I don't clog it.
Yeah, and then that is very good.
It's very good. It deserves the 2/5/3 mid block unique. It deserves it. She doesn't have admission fees. She does not have this card, and so there is the problem.
I mean, I think the good thing is, while she may be the best or the worst character that we've got, like, everything seems playable. I'm enjoying playing it, and I mean, I'm probably winning 40% of my game, maybe 50.
Okay, that's a good number.
So it's not, demoralizing in the amount of losses I've got.
Fair.
Playing for 2 weeks.
Okay, so here is the last thing that I'm gonna do. How do you like Clever Distraction?
It was just something to get speed down, but it's not something I'm sold on.
So I think I'm gonna cut it all together, and we're gonna increase release by 1 of, and we're gonna increase frozen by 2 of, right up here, and that is exclusively to put our high block number back. You're at 14 high blocks, which isn't quite good enough.
Yeah, I had a huge amount of mid, and
I want a low block, but I don't know what to cut.
That is the problem.
If you're down to go to 60 cards here, we just toss in the 1 irrefutable, and we call
I'm
it
fine
a
with
day.
that.
Yeah, we just call that a day's work.
That works for me.
17, 26, 17. Those are respectable numbers. If not, so if you wanted to, you could like cut the irrefutable back, and you could put in like another indiscriminate shock and just try and kill people more. But I don't think that's necessarily the correct play.
No,
it's
a
play, but yeah.
I like this.
All right, hell yeah, man.
Well, I mean, I've got this until set 3, and then I'm going to switch over to Nezu more than likely. But
that character's hard, man. You're in for a beating. You're going from Mina 2 to Nezu.
So I built this originally as the death, like I said, and I had the Nezu Chaos build that I'd watched your video for that deck, Doctor.
Ooh,
and that's how half of this attack got built up.
I love it.
And then I played it in TTS, and I really enjoyed it. It is much harder to play a deck like that without knowing the cards through and through, though.
Right? Yeah, you got your work cut out for you. That's exciting. 2 weeks in, want to tackle the principle. How sweet.
But I'm loving it.
Good. Well, man, stay on the line long enough for me to shoot you the deck list over, and you have a good rest of your day, okay?
For sure. Thanks. Have yourself a good one.
Thank you.